Here's what you need to know if you've been thin all of your life and then hit menopause. What is up, you guys? I am here with my amazing client, Amy, who just finished the program. And Amy might be like you right now, where she was fit and in shape all of her life. And then, boom, she goes through peri and menopause and just realizes that she needs to tone up a little bit. So, Amy, why don't you say hello to everyone and tell everyone kind of where you were at right before you joined the program?
Okay. Yep. Rose said it. I'm Amy and I'm in menopause. I feel like I'm at like a 12-step meeting. Um, and before discovering Rose, my daily life was I was, I have always eaten pretty healthy. Not always, but for the most part. I'm a pretty clean eater. I would have said, oh, I eat healthy. I don't know why things aren't going the way they normally have. Um, and then menopause hit, and it was just like, why am I getting like squishy and fluffy and I just didn't have a routine. That was one of the hugest things for me. I had, I would exercise sporadically, I didn't have a program, so to speak. I would just kind of go down to the gym and do some things and then no consistency. It was just kind of all over the place. So I needed you. I needed Rose so I could get on track. Get on track and figure out what the heck I was supposed to be doing and eating, actually.
What were you eating before the program?
I mean, like I said, I'm a pretty clean eater. I ate a lot of, chicken, vegetables. I'm a huge salad lover. So it was not so much how much I was eating. It was really more the lack of protein in my diet because I was hungry a lot. Then I would like at night eat like ice cream, maybe some ice cream or junk, in the evening because I was hungry because I wasn't getting enough protein. Because like I said, during the day I was eating, pretty healthy. So
Yep. Yep. Amy was that classic, she's doing the right thing. She's exercising. She's eating the salads, but there really wasn't a structure. And actually, we helped Amy eat a little bit more, maybe more than she could during the program too.
yep,
Well,
definitely.
what would you say was your biggest breakthrough or accomplishment or kind of aha moment in the program?
I think, well, when I first got the diet I didn't say that. When I first got my macros figured out for me, which that was huge because I've tried to do it myself and not figure it out. So when I got my macros handed to me and I saw how much protein I was supposed to be eating, I was like, what? There's no way I can eat this much protein. So the aha moment was, now, mind you, it's a bit of a transition. You don't just go from eating I probably ate like maybe 40 grams of protein to then going to my, 120 or 118 or 120 that I eat now. So I tried to like jump right into that and I felt like my stomach was like, what the heck are you doing? So it was a little bit of a transition, but not much, maybe like within like 2 weeks, I felt a lot better. And then after that, I was like, oh my gosh, this is a huge key to what I've been missing in my diet. Like I said, I always ate a lot of fruits and vegetables are a huge part of what I eat. But I would have like maybe a little bit of chicken or just fruits and vegetables or, a yogurt or whatever. That's not enough to sustain you. So that, I think my biggest aha moment was, oh my gosh, to fuel what I want to accomplish, I have to eat this much. And I felt great. And then I also started to actually see like definition. The funniest thing for me, my biggest thing is my legs are skinny. So growing up, my neighbor's dad, his nickname for me was Bird Legs. Like till he passed away, I was Bird Legs. So when I started to see like a little bit of definition, in my thighs, I was like, oh my gosh, because I've worked really hard before. I mean, we have like I've showed you my gym. We have a home gym that's like pimped out, and I could do leg presses for forever and not end up with much definition. But I know I just wasn't fueling my body right. So that to me is huge.
Absolutely. And then how did what you were doing before in your home gym compare to what you were doing with the structure that we taught you with the workouts?
Yeah, that was wonderful because now, like I said before, I would go down there and basically what I did was I would follow influencers, fitness influencers, save videos, and then just go down there and do like random workouts from the videos, right? So there was no consistency to it. And with your program, I would be doing the same thing 4 weeks in a row, like the same. So I started out with 3 days and quickly moved to 4 days of workouts. So it would be like an upper, a lower, a full body, an upper, whatever, however it was that month. But then for the whole month, I would be consistently doing the same thing. And I didn't realize, how important that is because, first of all, muscle memory is huge. And you really need to get in that headspace of getting into what you're doing and understanding the exercises that you're doing. But the other thing that was super helpful was the videos on, when I would get my new exercises, there's the instruction videos. I am extremely visual. Like to this day, I have like written down a bunch of stuff and I have to go back and look at videos because I'm like, I don't remember things by what they're called necessarily. So that made all the difference. I could go down there and pound out what I knew I needed to do and check it off on the list. And the thing that has come out of this that I would never have anticipated, I thought about this before we spoke today, was that I actually look forward to that time of day. I have hated working out. I'm the least athletic, the least coordinated person you will ever meet. So to actually look forward to that time of day, it's like it's me time. Like I go down there, I put on like a show I want to, like something that I can just listen to and not have to concentrate on, or a podcast or something, and just like get lost in it. And I love it. I stretch it out as long as I can, so I don't have to come back and deal with reality upstairs.
See, that's when you know when it's after work and you're craving that time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Exactly what she said is she used to do Instagram workouts with no structure. And she's the type of person, maybe like a lot of you guys, that love following along with videos. So what I see is you find these like Caroline Gerdon or just these videos, but you just do them randomly and there's no structure. But you need something that makes sense for your body with the same rep ranges and increasing the weight week to week. And you don't get that unless you have a structured program. So the combination of the workouts and then the nutrition got you your results in a really short amount of time.
Yeah. That and then on top of that, I think the third piece of that triangle is the accountability. Like knowing that somebody is going to be checking, knowing that somebody can look at what I ate during the day, knowing that somebody can look at whether or not I, did the workout. That for me is, that's huge. That makes a big difference. I think that kind of goes for everybody. Accountability always kind of is a good motivator.
You said it. You tried macros before. You were eating the salad. You were doing the workouts, but you never really had someone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No.
Okay. So final question. There are a lot of women I speak with exactly in your situation where they're fit all their life and they're just like, I feel like maybe they just feel like since they don't need to lose like 30 or 40 pounds that they're like, okay, but I can tell that they're unhappy. And they also just feel like they want to keep doing it themselves. So if there's a woman that was like you, Amy, that's on the fence about maybe I should just keep doing what I'm doing or should I just take the leap and get the help? Like, what would you say to someone like that?
I mean, I, I, what I, sh- if you keep doing what you've been doing, you're going to keep getting the same results, basically. I mean, I am married to somebody who did his own physical transformation. He is like one of those before and after Instagram pictures long before I met him. And he knows all the things. He knows about, protein and what supplements are good for him. He's, a 220-pound, 6 foot something man. So uh, even if you've got someone in your corner that's helpful, even if you are really, really adept at, you know, searching the internet for information and for videos, you are not going to have the same level of one-on-one help, one-on-one encouragement, coaching, diet, diet macros that are specified for you by a professional who knows what they're doing and is also not not a person who's going to say, just fall in line and do what I say. Like if you don't feel like something's working for you, you and your coaches listen so well. That was one thing that I really appreciated. Like if I didn't understand something or if I didn't feel like this specific exercise was working for me or this, if I needed, like, I just needed help, like figuring out, because in the beginning is like, I'm handed these recipes and I'm like, I don't even know what this means in here. Like, how do I make date paste? And I would be like, help. Or what kind of protein should I use? And one thing I should throw in is that I am not plant-based. So that was one thing when I looked first at your information before I had spoken to you, I was like, how is this going to work? Like, what if that's just not that's not my lifestyle. I couldn't dive into that lifestyle with, the other people that I cook for in my house. And so you have a lot when you have a lot of information that is easy to access, that is adaptable to, plant-based, non-plant-based. I mean, whole foods are good for anybody and everybody. So just trying to get more whole foods into your diet is a key. And I mean, things like using date paste. I've never bought a date before in my life. And now I will start to have like a little bit of a panic attack if the dates are like low in the canteen. I'm like, I need that. Like, I know how to make a Snickers bar out of a date and some melted, like, low sugar chocolate and some drizzly peanut butter. Like, you learn all these cool coping mechanisms and techniques that you won't know them unless you dive into the program. And if you want to go plant-based, awesome. I mean, of course, the support is, the WhatsApp feed of messages, people are constantly saying, well, how do I make this? Or what do you do for that? And so there's not only the coaches, there's this community of support that you can, choose to use or not use, or just look out from the outside, which is what I did half the time because I'm constantly busy, but I would jump on it and just read stuff and be like, oh, that's such a great idea. So that's a very long answer to your very short question, but I feel like there's so many facets to this. And, if you keep doing the same thing you're doing, you're not going to get a different result. You're not going to, sometimes all we need is like just a jump start and a playbook. And I feel like that's what I have now. I have the tools that I need to keep going. And I love that. Love it. That was what I would be.
I promised. Amy, thank you for all of that. And to everyone watching, definitely having that structure, having your blueprint will get you results in a really short amount of time. Thank you, Amy. You're awesome.
You're welcome.
Here are 3 reasons why you're still gaining weight even though you're exercising and eating healthy. Hi, my name is Rose, and I have worked alongside with my coaching team with 100 perimenopausal women since January. I'm going to share my top tips and insights. But before I get into that, let me just preface that when you reach that perimenopause age, it gets stinking hard. You're exhausted. You aren't sleeping. You have night sweats while still doing everything that you're doing. So give yourself a little grace. You're doing amazing. You really just have to firstly accept that it's not going to be the same like it was in the past. But it doesn't mean it's impossible. It just means you have to do some tweaks. So, number one reason why it's not the same and why you're still gaining weight is because your metabolism has slowed down. And if you have not adjusted the amount of food that you're eating, doesn't matter if you're eating salads, doesn't matter if you're eating almonds, if you've not adjusted the amount under your metabolism, then nothing's gonna happen. Number two is that you're losing muscle mass and you're not doing the right exercises. So often, I have clients come to us that are doing Orange Theory or F45, which is awesome. It might have worked in the past, but as soon as you lose muscle, you need to lift to rebuild that. And muscle is important because it allows your metabolism to speed up again. And number three is that you just stop moving as much as you normally do. Think about it. You're exhausted, you're working long hours, you're not sleeping. The last thing that you're gonna wanna do is go for a walk. That's the one thing that you can do easily that can actually drive a lot of your results. So just force yourself to get up and go for that walk. You're gonna be so thankful. These are the top 3 insights that I see. There are so many, many more layers to this. One more thing I wanna leave you with is that the scale might not drop the way that it used to. If you're doing all these things, if you're trying, don't give up.